Hey, we're going to Sports and Politics with T. I'm your host, Tanya. Tonight we have made it back to Thursday, guys. Listen, I hope everybody's enjoyed their week so far. We have made it. It is February 5th, and it is the first week almost gone in February, guys. Let's give it up for tonight. Yes, we are moving right along. And listen, guys, I'm telling you, there's a lot of stuff that we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about how the Americans are feeling as far as working in this new, or really not new environment, but this old work environment. People are frustrated. People are they're just exhausted right now because they just don't see the headway as of right now as far as getting improved results. Okay. Also, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl, which is coming up this Sunday, which is February the 8th, and some things that I'm thinking about doing, for the this coming weekend. So we're going to dive deeper into that a little bit later on in this show. But first, guys, again, I hope everybody is doing good. We have really been pounded with a lot of wintry weather this last 2 weeks, really. And so I'm thinking now we are in the clear. The next few days is going to be in the 40s and the 50s. So things are going to start melting away and getting back to normal again. But it doesn't mean that we're not going to get anything later on. It just means as of right now, we're going to get a little bit of a break, okay? Because I think certain parts of where I'm from, I'm not going to tell you what state I'm in, but I will say that we got a good dose of it in these last 2 weeks. My employer has been delayed a few days this week and even last week as well because of the road conditions. So, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other areas were like that as well. All right. So, yes, guys, again, we're going to talk about the American citizen, how they're feeling. Okay. We're not going to talk about Donald Trump right now. We're just listening in how everyday working people are feeling. The frustration is getting bigger and bigger. Okay. And trust me, guys, this is not a doom and gloom type station. This is not what I'm trying to portray. What I'm trying to show people is how real people are feeling as far as, just trying to make it, just doing an honest living, trying to do the very best they can to survive and to, keep a roof over their head and just get simple things like groceries, right? Let's listen in on this clip right here. I'm going to let you know how I feel about it once it's complete, and then we'll dissect this video after it is over.
Everybody's saying, oh, you need to get another job, and you'll be able to make more money. Why the should I have to work so goddamn hard? I've broken my back and busted my knuckles for 30 years.
We're just playing the game that somebody else made up in their own mind for us to play. It's like they pay us to forget our dreams. When we were kids, we didn't care about no money. When they asked you, hey, little Johnny, hey, little Sarah, what do you want to be when you grow up? You didn't care about no fucking money.
The dumbest anybody ever fucking told me, oh, when you're an adult, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Yet, all I keep doing is God work, get home, and get laundry. Work home, laundry. I'm tired of that shit, motherfucker.
Yeah, Americans are sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they are exhausted from working the same corporate jobs 9 to 5 every single day, 8 hours, not making enough food. Everything's inflated, the economy's crazy, the politics are crazy, you're getting off of work, you just want to catch a break, you can't afford anything. And then you go to bed and you got to do it all over again the same day. Rinse and repeat. In this video, you're going to hear from Americans who are sick and tired of the system and want change.
When your alarm goes off and you realize you're too tired to work, too poor to quit, and too young to retire. Perfect. Another day of pretending to care about emails and smiling at people who drain my will to live. I open my eyes and immediately calculate how many sick days I can fake without HR noticing a pattern. I'm too tired to function, too broke to rebel, and every morning is a group project between me, anxiety, and caffeine. I lay there like, do I really need money? What if I just live off vibes? And then I remember rent and bills and the $7 coffee. I swore I'd stop buying, but didn't. So I dragged myself up, not because I'm motivated, but because my Wi-Fi isn't free, and my fridge currently contains 2 condiments and self-loathing. And then I go to work, where my only reward is surviving until lunch, which is just eating in my car, scrolling through posts of people on endless vacations while holding back tears over a turkey sandwich. But yeah, and just 3 more days of this and I get the weekend, which is just a couple of days of laundry, overthinking, and blinking rapidly until it's Monday again.
What the f are we doing on this earth, man? Every day, most of us wake up and go to a job that we really don't like, but we can't really quit because we got to get the money to pay the bills that they say is important to pay. What the f is the point of this life, man? We go to grocery stores and buy food that God gave us for free. Why the f we pay for life? Well, that's just the way it is. You. I'm tired of all this. That's just the way it is, boo. This whole system is garbage. America ain't nothing but a big ass plantation, man. There are days I don't want to be on this earth. And I'm not saying I want to unalive myself and nothing like that. But I'm tired, man. It's like, what the is the point of any of this? To work till we 60, 70 years old? Most of us ain't gonna live to see 50, but we gotta work to maybe retire. Man, you and all that bullshit, man. I don't give a about who president, left, right, and all this dumb. I'm tired of this whole game, man. It's a big ass game. It's a big ass charade. America is a plantation. This is exhausting. Like, I don't even want to look for another job. I'm gonna walk in there. They gonna ask me, why do you want this job? Bitch, because I need some money to pay the bills that they tell me is important to pay. Get the f out of here, man.
Man, working every single day just to be able to survive. I don't want to survive. I want to thrive. Everybody's saying, oh, you need to get another job, and you'll be able to make more money. Why the should I have to work so goddamn hard? I've broken my back and busted my knuckles for 30 years. For what? So I could have a Social Security payment one day, which can't match the inflation that we have in the United States of America? That shit. Why the f am I working for corporate America? I don't have any retirement benefits that are worth it. Because, stock prices are up. Yay. I don't see stock prices. I got a 401k, but it's not worth it. Meanwhile, everybody's like, yay, Elon Musk is going to be a trillionaire. He's going to have 1/4 of the profit the United States makes in a year. 1/4 of it. And you guys are okay with that. Billionaires shouldn't exist. This is a up system. I shouldn't have to work so hard. Where's my goddamn socialized health care? Why am I paying 32% in taxes and I have fuck the show for it? And you guys are okay with it. We fought because of tax on tea leaves, and now we can't even scratch our asses without paying money. But everybody's just going to get on their comment section and la-di-da-di. You all for just being complacent. Silence emboldens the oppressor. Right?
Now, these are people, like I say, all walks of life talking. White, black, everybody. It's not just a race thing, guys. This is just everyday working people, okay? They're telling you how they feel. Some don't want to go to work anymore. They're saying that this is just a cycle over and over and over again. There's no headway. You don't have any money left after you've paid all your bills, and this is real, okay? This is real. This is what the regular news stations will not show, okay? This right here, they don't want to show this, okay? But on Sports and Politics with T, you're going to see real life people, okay? This is not AI. This is not people that, just came off the scene. No, these are everyday, just like you and me, telling you how they feel in general. All right, and it's there's more to. I'm pretty sure there's millions of people like this all over the United States.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 40.
Don't get me wrong, I make good money. I make over $25 an hour. But I do have 3 kids and a wife. And let me tell you, leading a family is financially stressful. I work all the overtime I'm allowed to get. Anytime I can get any overtime, I always work it. But no matter how much overtime I work, it doesn't seem like this paycheck to paycheck thing will ever end. And that's just something that I deal with and I kind of internalize and I don't talk about. But I can't be the only one that feels this way, right? I mean, surely there are other people out there who are tired of just getting by, man. Like when I was in high school just 10 years ago, like $10 or $12 an hour was really good money. And I remember thinking if I could just get out and make $15 an hour, I'm set. I'll have a good savings. I'll be able to afford a house, a car. I'm 29 years old. And though some of it is, actually I would say a lot of it is because of some of the decisions I made in my teenage years and early adulthood. A lot of why I don't have a house is because of the economy and how it's just expensive. Like I don't know. It's disgusting to be honest. Like just to live and not have any money to do anything with.
The dumbest anybody ever fucking told me, oh, when you're an adult, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Yet, all I keep doing is goddamn work, get home, and get laundry. Work, home, laundry, I'm out of that shit, motherfucker.
So I think the craziest question you could be asked as an adult is what you doing after work. What you doing after work has got to be the top 3 most disrespectful questions you can ask somebody over the age of 30 years old. What do you mean, what am I doing after work? I'm going to take off this uniform or my work clothes and I'm going to put on my boxers and I'm going to sit on the couch and I'm going to eat some food and I'm going to just relax. I'm not going to be on my laptop. I'm not going to be worried about this person or that person or what deadline I got to hit. I'm at home. I'm not trying to wake up early, go to work from 9 to 5, and then get off and then do something. That's giving me a headache thinking about that. That's just too much. I can't do that. I gotta plan for that. That's Saturday and Sunday activities. Because if I go to work, that's my activity for the day. Don't ask me what, man.
Because don't nobody want to work no more. No, we can't find good help. That ain't it. First of all, you're right. Nobody wants to work anymore, but can you blame them? You get up, you go to work, you clock in, you making somebody else rich. Not only are you making somebody else rich, you're barely making enough to maintain your life or maintain financial stability. Because when you do get paid, you have to disperse so much money throughout the month that you're left with crumbs. And what do you have to do with those crumbs? You have to make those crumbs last to the next paycheck. Now, who is in the rush to do that? Not to mention, the companies damn near don't even care about you. If you passed away today, they will have you replaced tomorrow, and they probably ain't gonna send no flowers to your funeral, okay? So finding good help. Nobody wants to get up and work in this country when we are getting paid crumbs. A lot of us, if you are a millennial and older, I know you tired. I know your body hurt. I know that you are exhausted from punching that clock. I am 38. About to be 39 in exactly 30 days. I've been working since I was 14. All these young kids have to do is look at a millennial and see how tired we are and understand what they have to look forward to. And they don't have to look very far because a lot of the kids at 16, 17, 18 years old, their parents are millennials. So they can hear their mom and daddy talk about how tired they are. They can hear their mom and daddy talking bad about the jobs and about the workforce or whatever. Like they can see the struggle, unfortunately. So why would they go and clock in and give that company 100%? They know better. And I'm so glad they know better because had I known then what I know now, I would not have been a worker bee at such a younger age. I would have figured out some other, not to mention the millennials that just have so much student loan debt that even if you get the best job you can find, you're going to be paying those student loans for the rest of your life.
This is crazy. Okay, I asked ChatGPT, why are people still working 40 hours a week when we have more wealth and technology and automation than ever before? And the answer? It read like a strategy manual for how to keep a population broke and anxious and obedient. So here's what it told me, okay? It said that the 8-hour workday has nothing to do with productivity. Because studies show that most people are only productive for 3 to 4 hours a day. The system keeps them working 8 because exhausted people don't resist. They don't question anything. They don't build. They recover just enough to repeat the cycle. When people are overworked and overtired and burnt out, they spend more. They stop thinking long term, they stop building wealth, then they pay for convenience and relief and distraction. The system, it sells you a life path that is built entirely on debt. College, house, wedding, car, kids. Life is front loaded with expenses. None of
I'm going to chime in for just a second as far as why people have to work 8 hours. And this is the thing, guys, it's the 40-hour work week is standard for the most part. And it's always been standard. Okay. The problem is it's not necessarily the job itself. It's the economy. It's the factors that's around that's hurting everyday income, right? Like that gentleman was saying a long time ago, about 10 years ago, it was a Caucasian male. He was saying that, just 10 years ago, if you had 10, 15 or $15 an hour, you could do some things with that, right? Because the cost of living and everything was low. Things were affordable. Food was affordable. Housing was affordable, right? You could get a decent sized house for not what you're seeing now, right? And so that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's not necessarily the job. The job is technically paying. It's just that the circumstances around the job has risen so high that now it's almost like it's an uphill battle, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And this is where the frustration is coming. Most people are making decent money, right? They're making, decent money as far as, bringing in, trying to survive. But because the cost of living is so high, it feels like you just don't have enough. Go back 20 years ago with the salary that you're making right now, you'd be rich, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's all the factors around it: the housing, the food, the inflation, the shrinkflation. Now you're paying more money for less product. Okay, and that's another thing that's changed. Yes, you might pay $1 for something, but the size of that package is this versus like this. Okay, and which means that you have to buy more of that product, which means you got to spend more. And like I was saying on Monday, there was a segment that we were talking about people crashing out. Guess what? People are spending more money because they have to. It's not because they have more money to spend. It's because everything is more expensive. So they have to, spend more of their money, which make it looks like things are getting better when in reality, it's not, right? So I just wanted to kind of chime in on that because it's very important that people understand the economy is the main factor. Inflation and shrinkflation as well.
that is designed to actually generate income. By the time they're 25, they've already sold off decades of their future labor hours they haven't even lived yet. They think that's normal, but that's actually the trap. Here's where it gets more calculated. Okay, tired people spend more, but anxious people spend fast. So the system engineers anxiety. It floods you with unrealistic expectations and financial pressure and nonstop comparison. And that same system tells you you are behind and you are not enough. And then it offers to sell you the solution. A workout plan, a productivity app, a face serum. They create the problem and then monetize the cure. They first profit from your labor and then they profit off of your emotional fallout. And they've convinced you that it's your fault.
It's like Monday, I'm tired. Tuesday, tired. Wednesday, tired. Thursday, tired. Friday, I'm tired up until the evening time. Then I'm off work and I have a lot of energy. It's just like, so I'm learning, like, people don't understand that work drains you, y'all. Work really drains you. Like, I don't care if you just sit at the desk doing nothing. Just being at work is really like tiring and draining. It's like slave work. Like, ain't my ancestors did that already? I don't know, I work like a slave. My ancestors already work like a slave already. It's just too much. Like, you don't understand, we as 9-to-5 workers need, like, an extra day off. Like, it don't be right that we gotta work all these days. I heard they put the pass a law that we get a Friday or a Monday off. They should do that because we need them days off. Like, we be stressed. I don't care if we ain't doing lifting a finger. It just work just naturally just drains you. Like,
years off of working. Needs to be able to enjoy the luxuries of slow mornings on an everyday basis. Okay? I don't know how our parents was working from 14 to their late 60s, early 70s, but baby, I don't think this generation got it in us. Like, it's just not happening. Everything is just too much. It's too much.
I think AI's interpretation of the American dream and the way that we are living systematically, just going to work, paying bills, the never-ending rat race is 100% accurate. Quite frankly, it's a very sad way to live. Let me know if you feel the same way. Which video did you relate to the most? Let me know in the comments and subscribe. Help this channel grow. I'll see you guys on the next one.
All right, so you see for yourself how people are feeling. You know, they're just exhausted, you know. And listen, a lot of people think it's just the younger generation. You know, I'm hearing this a lot. Oh, well, you know, they haven't really worked that long and blah, 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 blah. You know, especially, I'm not saying baby boomers feel that way because they had to work 20 and 30 years, you know, and retire and all of that. However, you're not seeing it from just people who are very young. You're seeing people even middle-aged and people who has retired that had to go back into the workforce, okay? So this is not just a younger generation, because I did get one comment on a show maybe a couple months ago about a guy saying that they feel like this generation is just lazy. No, it's just a different ball game with work in general, okay? People are working. It's just that, like you say, when you have to make 3 times as much for the same thing that was 20 years ago, right? Then of course you're going to get burned out a lot faster, okay? Same thing with people who are renting. You know, the 1-bedroom apartment, you're not going to see under $1,000 now, right? But guess what? 10, 20 years ago, you could see apartments that was going for that, okay? Which means it took less money to live in the same place. Now you got to make 3 times the monthly rent just to qualify to get into that place. And the place is probably no more than maybe 500 square feet, 600 square feet, maybe 700, you know? So that's what I'm saying is people are seeing that their money is not stretching, it's not growing, and they're getting less for the money, you know, whether it's food, cars, shelter, you name it. People are feeling robbed and they feel like they're being taken advantage of. And as you can see, people have had it, guys. But listen, guys, I just wanted to kind of touch on that because, you know, we talk about politics a lot, but sometimes I want to hear from just everyday Americans, you know, how are people feeling? You know, from all walks of life, all races, all colors. You know, we like to hear from everybody what people are feeling, okay? Now, let's talk about the Super Bowl, because again, that is this coming Sunday, February the 8th, all right? It will be the Seattle Supersonics against the New England Patriots, okay? New England Patriots was the old team from Tom Brady from back in the day, and Seattle not Supersonics, that's the basketball team. Seahawks, excuse me. The Seattle Seahawks was Russell Wilson's old team. So we're going to be looking at this game. And usually the kickoff is around 6:30 on Sunday. Of course, I'm going to have me a few little, things to eat and snack on. And, so we're going to have a little something here, to celebrate. Of course, Bad Bunny is going to be the halftime show, which I mentioned that on this past Monday. He is a Latino artist, and so, of course, I'm going to be looking at the halftime show. Last February, it was Kendrick Lamar. We looked at that. So this year, it's going to be Bad Bunny. So y'all get y'all snacks, get y'all's, everything that you need. Try to get it early because, people are going to be placing those orders online and picking up that food early. Okay, so I think it's going to be good. Neither one of those are my teams, though. Like I said, I'm normally going for Kansas City, or I'll go for Carolina, or I'll go for Dallas. Those are the top 3 that I normally go for. But right now, let's see. I'm thinking I'm going for Seattle just because the New England has won not too long ago with Tom Brady. So I'm thinking I'm going with Seattle. the Seahawks to see. I think that'll be good for Seattle. You know what I'm saying? So y'all put it in the comments who y'all gonna go for as well, whether it's the Seattle Seahawks or it's the New England Patriots. Let me know. Drop it in the comments and let me know. All right. But yes, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and log on off for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. All right. And yes, guys, we are taking a break with fun and entertainment with T. We're still revitalizing that channel and making it a little bit more and more exquisite. Okay, and you're going to see the new outline of that show not this coming week, but week after next, because I said it was going to be a 2-week break before we relaunch that channel. All right. But yes, guys, so again, if you enjoy the content, please hit like, share, and subscribe. And also, if you can, please hit the notification bell. That way you won't miss any episodes every time I come on to YouTube. I will be back on Monday. In fact, I may go live Sunday for the Super Bowl. So we'll see. It depends on how I feel. Okay. But technically Monday is when I'll be back. Okay. And that way we can go over the highlights and a recap of the Super Bowl as well. Okay. But yes, guys, again, I hope you enjoyed this show. And I will see everybody on Monday at 8 p.m. Everybody enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll talk with you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.